Good morning everyone, today's another pre-maintenance checklist video, which means we're going to be going over all the campaigns which are ending with the coming maintenance. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want to go over is the daily, weekly, as well as limited time tasks over here. This week we do have special tasks. As you can see over here, RGBM suppression. Whenever you defeat him, every single day you can get 5 star gems. So make sure that you do your dailies every single day and complete this one so that you do get your free star gems. Now, while we're on the topic of the limited time tasks over here, there is one that I really want you guys to focus on. It doesn't go away for quite some time. However, I really encourage people to complete Alliance Task 1 as well as Alliance Task 2 because this is 50 star gems right here. Another one that I highly recommend is complete limited time task for the Slayer class because it does require you to do 4 separate limited time tasks in order to complete this, but the reward is a free emote of the Slayer pose, so I do want you guys to pick this up. The next thing I want to talk about is the Arks Records over here, so please don't forget about the Arks Records if you do need Arks Record badges. The next thing I want to talk about is the Urgent Quest Rappy Happy Rumble. So this entire week, every single Urgent Quest that popped up in Alio was Happy Rappy Rumble. However, starting from next week, that will not be the case. So hopefully you guys have been taking advantage of this week in order to pick up your Photon Chunks 2A as well as 2B, as well as make a lot of Meseta by selling your Defi capsules. However, for whatever reason, if you weren't able to run a lot of the Happy Rappy Rumble Urgent Quest to get your Photon Chunks 2A and 2B, don't worry, next week we are getting the limited time quest which will allow you to farm for Photon Chunks 2A. However, the limited time quest is not going to be the only way to obtain Photon Chunks 2A and 2B. You're also going to be able to obtain these through the Urgent Quest in the Alio region, and I believe 2B will be obtained from the Retem region. And what you and your alliance can actually start doing is go to the alliance shop, go to exchange for alliance badges, and over here are a bunch of triggers. I highly recommend people to start picking up these triggers because there's going to be a ton of people who want to get their potential level 6 on their weapons, so they're going to be focus farming a lot of the urgent quests as well as these triggers in order to get all of their Photon Chunks 2A and 2B. So it's a good idea to buy these triggers because you are limited to 1 run per week, so you can start exchanging your alliance badges for these triggers because they don't actually cost a lot. They only cost 2 alliance badges in order to get 5 of these triggers. Now it does consume 5 in order to do 1 run, so just keep that in mind. However, there is a chance that these triggers will go up in price as more people realize that you can actually get your Photon Chunks 2A and 2B by simply running the triggers. And you know how people are impatient. They're going to want to max out their weapon potential level 6 immediately, and so even if you don't plan to run these with your alliance because you don't care about the potential level 6, at the very least you can still make quite a bit of Meseta by selling them on the market. Now, starting from next week, right after maintenance, we do have the double login bonus campaign that will kick in, and this is going to double all of our login rewards, and if you're a premium member, it actually doubles the premium rewards as well. So I highly recommend people to log in every single day starting from next week, simply because, you know, these are free goodies and all you need to do is simply log in. You can pick up the items and then log out immediately. There's no requirement for all of these free goodies, so just pick them up. Now, for all of my friends who are thinking about doing the dual quest but haven't had a chance to do it yet, next week is a pretty good time to augment as well as build all of your armors and your weapons if you do want to clear the dual quest, simply because we are getting an augmentation success rate plus 10%, which is definitely going to help you save a lot of money as you won't need as many Defi capsules. However, again, I just want to stress, if the capsules are really expensive because, you know, people are going to scalp and stuff like that, just don't buy it, because the dual quest is not going away anytime soon. So you have plenty of time to just sit back, wait until the prices go down to like 1,000 Meseta, then buy those capsules and then augment your gear afterwards. It's not a big deal, okay? Now, as I said earlier, we are getting the new limited time quest, a Wetlands Interception, so I believe we will be able to farm the NGS 2nd Anniversary Special Scratch tickets by the time that kicks in. But on top of that, we also do get a Selector ticket for free simply by completing some new limited time tasks, so make sure that you actually work through them when they do kick in, and you also get this nice little tail accessory as well. But now for the regular weekly reminder of the item trader. Of course, when we talk to the item trader, if you go to the item exchange Stia over here, there are a bunch of class EX cubes which you can exchange with Infernium. If you still need them, you can do so. Next up is the Aegis Integra exchange at the very bottom over here. Please make sure to pick up all of your Dominas, these Dominas have actually gone up in price. You might want to compare the prices of the Dominas versus making the HAL Finale and selling that, because on certain ships it's actually more beneficial to sell the Domina separately instead of creating the HAL Finale and selling it, because the HAL Finales have gone down in price a little bit. They're still hovering between 1.5 million to 2 million, so it's not bad money, but you might make a little bit more money if you actually sell all the materials separately. So do pay a little bit of attention to the market if you are planning to sell these to make a little bit of profit. And last but not least is of course the Slayer Operation Preparation Ticket Exchange. If you still have these tickets, again, I highly recommend you to just use them now, because they don't go away for quite some time, but you know, just get them out of the way, pick up your weapon camos. These weapons you probably don't need anymore, because I'm assuming most of you are using Neo A weapons or just the event weapon, because those are all good choices. So I recommend just picking up the weapon camos. Of course, the arms refiners too, as well as the regular arms refiners. These two are pretty important as well, so make sure to pick them up. Next up, we have to come to the item lab as well. Go to exchange enhancement materials as well as other enhancement materials, and of course your arms refiners too. You can pick up 2 every single week, so make sure that you do that. I actually ran out of arms refiners, so I need to do that later on, because arms refiners 2 only drop in the new sim plan through RNG, and if you do need these, it's a pain in the butt. Whenever you need them, they never drop. When you don't need them, they drop like candy. So I do recommend people to slowly stockpile this, because it's guaranteed 2 every single week. So please just do it. It'll give you peace of mind. So if you do plan to limit break any of your armors or your weapons later down the line to get it to enhancement level 60, it's going to be a lot more easier. You don't need to panic and be like, oh my gosh, I don't have any arms refiners. I gotta go back to new sim plan and farm for hours again. Just pick up the 2 free ones every single week and you're gonna be fine, okay? And last but not least is of course your seasonal point farming. Now, you know, pace yourself. Please don't burn yourselves out immediately, because we do have the new limited time quest coming in, which will allow you to farm for more seasonal points. However, the event lady does offer quite a lot of very nice items through the exchange shop over here. I haven't bought the special scratch tickets yet. However, I do need to do that. But if we scroll down over here, you can see that I've actually bought out all of the alpha reactors. It's actually 700,000 Meseta worth of alpha reactors. So just buy them. I mean, it's 300 each. It actually doesn't cost that much compared to like the outrageous Defi capsule costs. So please pick those up. You've got 100 star gems over here, so you can also pick that up. There's just a lot of really nice goodies over here, so you do want to farm a little bit of seasonal points to pick up some of the necessities. Now, you don't need to pick up the Defi capsules if you don't want to, because they are stupidly expensive, but at the very least, you know, the motion items, the star gems, the alpha reactors, and then slowly but surely work through your mastery 4s as well as all the Gigas capsules, and maybe the soul 4s if you really want. And honestly, I think those are pretty much the necessities. Other than that, everything else is kind of just like a bonus item or a cherry on top. And last but not least is of course our SG and AC scratches. The first thing I want to remind everyone is your Refined Form Revival scratch is going away with the coming maintenance. So if you still have the Refined Form R Selector ticket, which you got from the previous mission pass or season 18, you need to use this before the SG scratch goes away, because after the SG scratch goes away, the Selector ticket will become absolutely useless. So just make sure to check your storage if you do have that ticket, because yeah, you don't want to waste it, because this scratch actually had some really nice items. Now, as for the AC scratches, which is going away, it's only the Vigilant Recruit which is going away. Everything else is still here. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!